everyone, I'm Savannah from McWane Science Center, and welcome to SciSparks. One question I often get asked is, how do handwarmers work? Well, on today's episode, we find out. But first, let's talk about rust. Anywhere you see rust, whether it be a chain link fence, a car, or a bike, a chemical reaction has occurred. Rust, or iron oxide as it's called in chemistry, occurs when iron is exposed to oxygen and water. Over time, the iron undergoes a reduction-oxidization reaction, but that's a mouthful, so chemists just call it a redox reaction. All a redox reaction means is a reaction where electrons are being taken away from something, oxidation, and something else is taking in those electrons, reduction. Whatever is being oxidized becomes more positively charged because it loses negative charges, and whatever is being reduced becomes more negatively charged because it gains negative charges. For this nail to get rusty, water and oxygen must be present. The iron atoms that make up the nail will lose 2 electrons, becoming iron 2 ions. This is oxidation. Next, those electrons are picked up by oxygen molecules, becoming hydroxide ions on the metal's surface. This is reduction. The hydroxide ions quickly combine with the iron 2 ions, forming iron 2 hydroxide. Finally, to stabilize, the iron 2 hydroxide is further oxidized, loses electrons, to form iron 3 hydroxide, which slowly turns into iron oxide, aka rust, as it dehydrates or as water is used up. Depending on the environment, rust can form at different speeds. Look what happens when I put iron in a solution of hydrogen peroxide, salt, and vinegar. What usually happens very slowly happens within a minute. Just like the solution in this beaker, different environmental factors like heavy rain or high humidity, acidic pH, and high salinity all affect the rate at which rusting occurs. Now, rust isn't just a pesky corrosive force eating away at stuff. It can also be used to benefit us. Rusting is an endothermic or heat-producing reaction. This means rust can be used as a heat source. But rusting happens way too slow naturally, and the vinegar hydrogen peroxide salt solution happened way too fast. So can rust even really be used as a reliable way to warm up? Well, you've probably already used it to warm yourself. Well, maybe not all of yourself, but at least your hands, with one of these things, a disposable hand warmer. Inside of this pouch are all of the ingredients needed to make rusting happen at the perfect speed. Let me show you how it works. In this bag, I have a chemical called polyacrylate. Polyacrylate is a polymer that absorbs a ton of water. Observe. Now that oxygen and water, our 2 main ingredients for rusting, are present, the iron will begin reacting. But it's happening way too slowly. So I'm gonna add some calcium chloride, a type of salt, to help catalyze or speed up the reaction. And look at that! The temperature begins to rise, getting warmer and warmer until one of the ingredients is all used up. Who would have guessed we can keep ourselves warm with something as common as rust? Who knows what other small everyday occurrence might lead to the next new technology used across the world. And who knows, if you question and observe the small changes around you, maybe you'll be the next person to invent something as interesting as hand warmers. Thanks for watching this episode of SciSparks. If you like this video, leave a like down below, and to see new episodes as soon as they're released, make sure to subscribe. See you next time.